Hi, my name is Daniela Apaydin. I come from Vienna. I'm working as a researcher for the Institute for the Danube Region and Central Europe, the IDM. And we are doing this project, among others. It's Info Europa, a magazine that is covering different issues on Central East and Southeast Europe. Info Europa covers actually the whole region, really from upstream till downstream of the Danube, more or less, and even the extended area. So, for example, we covered the protest in Belarus, or also other developments in the Western Balkans, or even in Visegrad countries. What is important for the project is that we put a very big focus on participation, which means that we are engaging or involving with authors from the region and helping them with translating and telling their stories that is published in the Austrian, mainly in German-speaking audience. One of my personal goals is to really get more attention for our project, because I find it just very important to also support media that is even more under pressure in the region and that is kind of lacking possibilities to get voices, to get their stories, and to inform people in Austria and in Germany or Switzerland about what is actually going on and give them a possibility to learn more. Solidarity, I think, is something very, very personal. Everybody has a different idea of it. For me, it means that I relate to the situation of the other, and that this empathy and this kind of understanding leads to an action which also bears risks, and I'm committed to take a personal risk. And for me, this is when covering topics from the region, it's very important to translate and explain it to people, to really touch them in their personal lives and to make them understand that people from the region are more or less coping with very same issues, and that there might be a lot of potential to learn from each other. I'm a journalist and I'm used to report on people on the region. But with this project, Info Europa, we really try to give people from the region a voice and to help also to make connections and inspire people in Austria and journalists in Austria. So participation means in this case that we are actively looking for authors who want to tell their stories. Also, authors that come from science. So science communication is very important for us. And participation means to really try to be open to all areas and all fields and different opinions on the developments, to really get a more diverse coverage and idea on the region. Yeah, I wish that we are able to continue, because I mean, it's not taken for granted to do civil society work. Fortunately, we have very good funders and keep going, but we of course are very much dependent also on our authors, that they are able to work with us and our cooperation partners in the region. So I just hope that the kind of support is not ending, and even better if it's growing. There are so many areas to change, or if you work in something, but one thing for me is to really put the focus on cooperation. I mean, that sounds very simple, but it's actually the hardest thing to do in this area, because there are idealistic people, there are people of all kind of backgrounds, and it's very easy, especially if you have governments that label people from civil society and try to divide organizations and people who are engaged. It's really hard to cooperate and to communicate and keep up a dialogue, be it in the various countries, but also between East and West, of course.